Hey there guys, Peter here, back with another video for you. And remember the game we started to develop some time ago? Well, I haven't abandoned it, even though it may seem like it, I haven't. So I think I'll start work on it again. Anyways, today, since last time we did the drag and drop system, today we're going to start hand building some dungeons. It's a completely viable way of doing what I'm trying to do, but I'm going to explain how and why is it easy and everything else. So yeah, that's it. Let's just jump right into it. Okay, first off, let's see what we did last time around. Okay, last time around we had this little banner that we were able to drag and drop into different locations into the world. Okay, yeah, that was working perfectly. So today we're going to create our character. I've already created a small character icon that has a 4-frame walking animation. It's not an icon, it's a sprite with 4 frames walking animation. There we go. I placed it in an object that I named object human, even though I'm going to change the name. It's not going to be object human, it's going to be object knight. Because if you remember the last time around, we said that these people that will dragging and dropping from place to place will be our knights or sorcerers or spies or whatever. So this guy is going to be our knight. He's completely naked, but that's entirely different matter. So the first thing we're going to do with him is, in his create event, we're going to make him move. First off, we need him to actually move on the screen, meaning his animation needs to be triggered. The game maker have an integrated internal variable, image speed, which allows to control an animation speed of a sprite. We're setting it as 0.2, which means that each frame in the game we're going to have 0.2 images of the certain animation triggered, meaning that for 5 frames our animation is going to move with 1 image ahead. Next step we're going to do is to make our guy actually move on the screen. So we're going to have H speed, which is horizontal speed, will be equal to 2, meaning each frame of the game our guy will move with 2 pixels to the right side. Okay, now next thing we need to do is to actually put him in the world. And I'm going to put him here where I can see him when I start the game. There we go. So now what we should see is this guy moving this way and eventually leaving the place. Let's see if our logic is correct. I'm going to test every little step. There we go, the animation is working on. Our guy is moving with 2 pixels each step, and eventually he leaves the place and never returns. Now we don't want him to leave the place. We want, when he reaches the end of the world map, actually to return to the beginning of the world map. So we need step event, meaning each frame we're going to simply check his coordinates. If he is near the end, we'll teleport him back to the beginning. So we're going to have an if statement that check is his x coordinate. If it's larger than room width is basically the size of our entire room that we're placing all the objects in. Minus 50, this is the limit before we teleport him back. And now we're just setting his x coordinate to be 50 pixels after the beginning of the room. So if he's 50 pixels away from the end, we're just throwing him back 50 pixels after the beginning. So let's check if that's working. There we go, he's going, just like the Duracell bunny. and bam, he's teleported back. Perfect, that's exactly what we wanted. He hit 50 pixels border and we teleport him back 50 pixels away. That's exactly what we want. We don't want any verticality at the moment, so that's simply perfect. I'm going to change this to 100 because we're basically going to visualize this on our banner that we have on the screen, and the banner is 200 and something pixels. So the next thing we're going to do, actually at the moment, we're going to build some background for this guy to walk on. I'm going to use this cave wall. It looks nice. No? Nope. Here is not a good place for it. Is here okay? Nope. It's like our guy is walking to the side of the wall. There we go. Now we can see that our guy is walking in front of the wall. And that's perfect. Okay, that's fine. Should I test? Okay, well, this will basically give us the visuals of our guy walking in front of the wall. Let's test and see if anything changes. Everything can add different variables to our world, so testing, always testing, testing, testing. Something can always screw up, so test every step of the way. Okay, now I see the banner is not in the right place and my OCD is going to kill me, so I'm going to make a tiny little adjustment. I'm just going to was it here? Nope, it's not here. It's in the create event. It's in the beginning. I'm going to move him 32 pixels up, so it's right in the middle. Okay, save. Now let's check. Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. I just wanted this thing a little bit up. Jump back, there we go. Our guy is just still looping in this dungeon, which is perfect, exactly what we want. So okay, next up we need to show, our dungeon will basically be off screen. We need to show our guy on screen. So what we're going to do in this case is enable something in the GameMaker named views. Okay, the first view is going to be the visible part of the screen, of the entire room, meaning that you can have a lot larger room than what you see on screen. Let's see if the views are working properly, because I already re-recorded this video once and I had issues with the view system, so I'm going to test every little step. It's working fine now. So you can have a lot larger room than what you see on screen, and the views will allow you to just see certain part of the room. So okay, we're going to have a little view, another view that just follows our character and is projected on our banner object that is up there. Okay? So what we need to do is enable views. There we go. One of the views will be our main camera that will show us the entire world. The other view will show us this specific little guy, and it will be projected on the banner, so we need to make him the size of the banner. So let's say 200 pixels to 80 pixels. Yeah, that's fine. You can scale it differently, meaning different sizes of actual view and port on the screen, but I'm going to use the same size. Next thing we're going to do is actually show this thing exactly where the banner is. In order to do that, I'm going to name this, I'm going to tag comment this code as just view coding. Okay, the way to do that, the views have, you can control it by by setting the export, meaning the location of the port, the X location of the port of view 1 will be our current X minus 50. the origin of the banner image is in the center, so we'll just move it 50 pixels away from the center. I'm hard coding it, and the best way to do it is to use image width and image height, which means that even if you change the image, it will change automatically and will not have to go through the entire code and change it. We're doing the same thing with y, just setting it for view 1 will be current y minus 60, 50, 60, let's do 60, adjust it on the fly. Ooh, one thing we forgot to do, which is really important, the small view need to follow our object night, because this is what it's supposed to be. Just a window in this night's life. So okay, that's it. Let's see how we're doing. Testing, testing, testing. And there we go. Good. I need to readjust it, otherwise that's exactly what I want. The window into this guy's life. Not here. I need to go. Yeah, the horizontal border is going to be 100 because our view is with the size of 200. On top of that, here we're going to say x minus 100, and that would be fine. Let's test that again. Yeah, that's fine. We just need to move it down a little bit. And since my OCD is going to kill me if I leave it like that, I'm going to change it. Minus 50? Yeah. Probably 55 is going to be a better number, but even if 50 is not good, I'm going to leave it like that. This is polishing job, and I don't really care about polishing something I'm not going to use. I'm just using this as a showing purpose. You can use that, you can have that in your game. That's perfect. That's exactly what we want. The view to follow our guy down here. This is his improvised dungeon. We can put random stuff in it, stuff that randomly generate visual clues or random encounters or stuff. And here's the issue. I got that issue the last time around as well, and I don't know how to fix it. I don't know why it's happening like that. I mean, it clearly should follow the mouse. All the coding is telling it to follow the mouse, and I don't really understand why it doesn't follow the mouse. It should follow the mouse. Everything is telling it to follow the banner's location, and the banner location follows the mouse. So why it doesn't follow the mouse, I do not know. This is something that's boggling my mind, actually. So here's it. No, here is just setting up. Everything else is working fine. I mean, it's just something with the view with the view settings, because everything else in this object is working fine. Okay, let's try that again. It just happens when I start to drag it. Otherwise it's working fine, but when I start to drag it, it's really I don't get it. It's changing the other view size as well, and I just don't get it. That's weird. Okay, what can I do? I can probably just can I just turn off the view when the shit like this happens? Let's check out the views. You know what, I'll leave it like that. Okay, let's build this guy another dungeon. We want to be able to move the banner from one location, which will be the cave dungeon, to another location, which will be our brick wall dungeon. And our guy should teleport from cave to brick wall and back depending on where the banner is located in the world. So after we built him this brick wall dungeon, I really need to fix that bug. This is going to kill me. I won't be able to move it from here to there. You know what, I can probably just disable the view. And just make the room slightly bigger than normal, so our guy can walk right next to the wall, not on the wall. Okay, let's try and disable the view. This is going to bug me. I'm going, if I have to, I'll just delete the entire, I'll disable the entire view and enable it again when we're located properly. So let's try this. It's only happened when dragging, so if drag is not true, we're going to use those things. Now if drag is true, meaning if we're dragging, so else God damn it, setting up these things the way I want those brackets and stuff is really okay. What can I use? What can I use? What can I use? What can I use? Border, I don't want border. You know what, I can just make it invisible. I don't need to set it off. If it's still blinking, I'll set it off, but I can just make it invisible. Equal false, but then I need to set it to equal true somewhere else. And this is very easily done. There we go. Now this thing will equal false. You know what, this doesn't need to be in the... This thing does not need to be in the step event. If it's in the step event, it's going to give you a lot of... It's going to give a lot of issues. Every step to check to disable and enable views, this is going to be killing the entire program. So okay, let's put this code here. Part here, disabling view when we start dragging, and in our right click when we stop dragging, we're going to enable the view again. Will be equal true. There we go. That's what we want. Now let's try it out. There we go. Yep, perfection. Now what we need is, when we drop to a different location, our little guy to move to his different dungeons, because currently he's just walking in his one dungeon. I'm just going to set this at 55 because it's going to kill me. Okay, let's see. It's really walking on my nerves. I need to fix that. There we go. That wasn't so hard, was it? Now, as I was saying before, I need to we need to move our guy to different locations whenever his banner is changed to a different location in the world map. So what we're going to do is introduce an additional variable. Not here, it's going to be in the left released event. Okay, when we're setting the new location for the banner, we're going to set the new location for the guy inside the banner. So we're having object night dot zone will be equal to I. And that's all I need. From that point forward, all coding is going to be in the object night. There we go. So first off, we're going to set it at 0 in the beginning because we started zone 0. Then we're going to make a, you know what, I'm going to set it as -1. This way I can reset it at any time. Okay, -1, there we go. So at this point, I'm just going to make this code. If zone is not equal to -1, this is what the benefit of -1 is. Even if it's 0, even if it is 0, I can check it out at any time. So we're checking the current location, which is 608. Sorry, it's 640. Yeah, our current Y location is 640, and we're moving it downwards 128 pixels away, if I've seen correctly. So if the zone is not -1, we're going to set Y equals 640 plus zone times, god damn it, I always press the wrong button. Let's just check it again just to be sure. This is 648, this is, yep, it's 128. So zone times 128. So in zone 0 we're going to be 640. In zone 1 we're going to be 640 plus 128. In zone 2 we're going to be 640 plus 2 times 128. And then we reset zone to -1. Also we need to set him back to the start, which means x equal 100. So basically he'll teleport in the beginning of our next dungeon, or whatever dungeon he's supposed to be in. So let's check this really quick. There we go, he's walking here fine. And now he's in another dungeon. He started at the beginning, that's perfect, that's all we ever wanted. Now if we move him back to the first dungeon, he needs to jump back up again. There we go, that's perfect, that's exactly what we want. And this way you can simply layer down dungeons upon dungeons, and moving the banner to different locations will just teleport our guy to the different dungeons. And you can layer level upon level upon level upon level as much as you like. And since you're using views, none of them will be ever seen, everything will be off screen, because the main view will show you just the world map, or whatever you choose to show you. And that's the benefit of it. You can add different randomized elements that will show you different visual clues as to where in the dungeon is your character, or random encounters, or random loot, or whatever you like, somewhere in the middle where your guy will just stumble upon it after a long walk or something. You can do basically whatever you like. Now, the only negative thing about this entire system is the amount of views that the GameMaker is supporting. GameMaker is supporting a total of 8. You're using one for your main camera, the world camera. If you use one extra for something else, you'll be left with only 6 characters on the screen, and I do not want to limit. There you go, you only have 8 views. And I don't want to limit artificially the amount of characters to only 8. I want to be able to throw, if you want, 100 characters in this world, as long as you can keep track on all of them and make sure you they are all doing fine or whatever, you should be able to. I don't want to artificially limit you. Although it could be a nice game mechanic if you're limited just to 6 characters to pick the proper 6 for the specific task, but I don't want to limit that. But the game maker does not allow you a lot of views, but it's not really meant for what I'm trying to do with it. So that would be all fine, but I'm not going to use this element. I'm not even going to use the object knight. I'll use the object banner. I may use the object knight. I don't know. Anyways, next time I'll show you what I'm actually going to do with this project. So if you want to stay in touch, subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one. I'm not going to abandon this project anytime soon. Anyway, see you in the next video. Bye bye.